Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so today we're going to do a real quick video. This was something that I kind of tackled in that live stream that we did a little while ago. This here is Manga Studio 5. This is the basic edition. And what I wanted to kind of touch up on this video with you guys is the 3D modeling tool kit drawing application thingy guy stuff. So if you open up your program and it looks something like this, right up at the top, if you go under Window, Material, and right there, I believe it's Material 3D. And what's going to happen is you're going to get all this cool stuff popping up over the right. And the thing I wanted to get behind, like the reason why I wanted to do this whole video again, was in that stream. I wanted to show you guys something real cool. I haven't messed around with this kind of stuff before, but I hear some people comparing this to, like, I think what is it called, Blender, or what is that? Poser. I think that's the other one, Poser. And it's very similar, except with Manga Studio here, apparently you just punch it in and we're good to go. But ideally what you could do is you go down here, and I'm assuming when the EX version comes out that there'll be way more options and all that stuff. But for the basic one, I mean, this is huge. So let's just say we're drawing Ryu from Street Fighter, okay? And we want him doing a Shoryuken. And for those of you that don't play video games, not a big nerd, not a huge into the fighting games, all that stuff, Shoryuken is basically an uppercut, okay? And I just can't wrap my mind around about like a dynamic angle where his fist is coming at us or something like that. What you can do is you can go through here, and as you can see, I just found one that said uppercut, so we're going to use that. You just click and drag, knock it in there. Might take a second to load, and there you go. But we're not done yet. This is going to get real crazy. So I'm just going to minimize that window, zoom out a little bit. I want this to be pretty dramatic, so we're going to try to figure this out as we go. Ideally what you can do is, I'm just going to move my cursor over the figure here, and as you can see, things are turning red. What you can do is literally click and hold and just move all of that stuff. So maybe Ryu's got a little bit more of a, I don't know, this arm doesn't jive with me or something like that. You'll see as we get there. So if you look at some of your features here, this one here, you can literally just move, and you can see that 3D plane that the character's standing on. Kind of touch on that really quickly. This one here, I believe, is just, yeah, there you go. There's your rotation. So if we want him like doing like a Shoryuken way in the air or something like that, or the way I prefer to do stuff is kind of coming at your face. So we'll say, yeah, it looks good. This one, if you click and hold that one, this is like a zooming feature, and we want it right in your face there. So I'm just going to move him down a little bit. The next one here, you can actually move him on that plane. The next one here, you can rotate. He's doing all kinds of backflips here. Let's see if we can make him relax a little bit. Sure, we'll stick with that one. This one again would be your left and your right kind of deal. And then this one would be your actual, moving him in the perspective of that grid. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't messed around with this too much, so I don't know if there's a way to change that grid, if it's just there for perspective purpose or whatever. But yeah, we're not done. There's some really awesome things. I think it's this one down here. I'm going to click. Nope. There's a way. Let's try if it's this one. Ground model. Nope. Let me get that window back for you. And I apologize. Like I said, this is something that I haven't looked into too much. I just wanted to share it because I think it's really cool that you can even actually do this kind of thing. There's a way. Let's see if we can get into the settings. Nope. Body type. Was that it? Either way, I encourage you guys that do have this to kind of mess around there. There it is, right there. I think it is. Adjust the body type. Yeah. Okay. So, this is so cool. Basically, if you guys read the options there, you can make them more of a kid, or a slim, fatty, and sensual. My favorite one. Sensual looks really weird, but let's say we wanted them to be more like, big old fatty. You can make them look like a kid. You can kind of see it behind me. It's adjusting what's going on. Sensual, I think, is kind of muscular-ish. This here, again, is just changing the actual size of things. So we're going to go with that. Let's hit enter. So as you can see, all of a sudden now, he's got some muscle to him. I'm just going to zoom in. I kind of like the way this is all going. However, I want to move this arm up. So let's say you just click there and literally drag it. Look at this. Look what's happening here. I mean, this is amazing. What's really cool about this stuff, guys, it just kind of proves, I don't want to say proves, but shows you why Manga Studio is so awesome, and I don't mean to plug them because I'm not getting paid, I'm not getting supported other than like getting recommendations from people and stuff. I just want to help share the experiences I'm getting looking for comic book software and stuff to help you draw. I wouldn't rely on this to make your comic pages. I mean, you guys can see literally I could just get this the perfect idea that I would want. I'd do this for like every single panel, and then I'd be like laughing, and you just kind of draw over it, which we'll get to in a second. But it kind of takes that style or that personality out of what makes you an awesome artist, or why people go to see your art or go to see your work, right? Don't give into this here, because all you're going to end up doing is learning how to trace, and learning how to trace doesn't teach you the ropes. It doesn't teach you what makes you awesome sauce. Okay, so what I would encourage you to use this for is if you are struggling, like I can't get a fist that I want awesome, like kind of coming at your face, like right here, like maybe I just can't draw the cool fist that I have in my mind. I'd bring in the software, something like this, where somebody had a fist, and kind of adjust it and try to figure it out, and then you could trace it and draw over it, and that way you can see it. Some people, they have this really hard time. I do too as well. But back in the day, I remember I used to have it all the time. My people would just be standing straight because I couldn't see somebody kicking in the air. And arguably, if I was to draw this pose off the top of my head, it wouldn't look like this at all. I'd be stuck drawing like, okay, I need a circle shape for the head, then we got the chest. There's certain things you can't see unless it's actually in front of you. And I think for most of us, what we end up doing is we end up doing scribbles, or we end up doing gesture drawings, if you want to call them that, and you start to pull shapes from that. And that's how you start to see things, okay? So don't be afraid if you hear people saying things like, oh, you just see it in your head. You'll get there. Anyway, that was a whole other thing. So you can actually see you got the circular thing here. Anybody that's familiar with 3D tools, you should know what this is. You can actually start rotating things on axis and stuff. As you can see, I'm breaking the wrist there because it's not working. So what we need to do is we need to rotate the whole wrist. Let's see if we can get there. There we go. I think this will be it. So we want the wrist. Come on, my friend. So click that. Oh. Ow. Come on. Alright, I'm going to use the mouse. Maybe that'll give me a little bit more precision. What I'm trying to do here is grab this red. Usually it turns like yellow when you're good to go. But it's being a big stink. Let's try it up here. This one right? Oh my goodness. Anyway, you can go in there and you can actually start adjusting certain things. We'll just leave it like that. Now, what I normally do is if I were to leave it like this, that's where I would go here, and I would just lower the opacity. You can see it changing underneath you. Then you make a new layer. Grab your pen or whatever your favorite tool is. And what's really cool about these figures that they have in here, they've already kind of got your guidelines in. You know right where your nose would be. You could go in there and you could actually start putting in some extra. I guess this would be where you'd put your own kind of style in there, your own flair. I'm just going to be pretty loose about this because there are certain things that I would like to have if I were drawing this, You'd probably be yelling or something. We're not going to draw this whole thing all the way out, but as you can see, we'll just give him a big old smiley face. Some weird eyes. Ryu's got a bandana, so we'll give him a bandana. And you can actually start going in here and figuring out where all your placements and stuff are. This is where you'd actually, all your study is going to come into play because you got to throw in all your proper anatomy, all that cool stuff. But this does show you where things should be, based on a 3D model. Now, I haven't looked into it to the point where can you import your own custom models? If I had to guess, and please leave a comment in the bar below if I'm wrong on this, because it'd be cool if I am. But I would think importing your own 3D models would probably be in the EX Pro version. See, I'm just butchering that hand. But anyway, so you can see where we're going to go with this. You know what I mean? You could go further, then you just turn that layer off, and now nobody even knows what you did. You want to be totally sneaky and devious. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed this little, I don't want to say tutorial, but maybe you guys have Manga Studio. You're one of the lucky few that got the beta. Or is it the beta at this point? I think you can buy just the basic model right now. But maybe you haven't looked into something like this. And again, this is another selling feature for myself. Why Manga Studio is so awesome, because it can do stuff like this. Now, Manga Studio 4, I'm pretty sure can't do this. It's more of a workaround to get to this. I know the EX version, excuse me, has ways to import 3D models and stuff. I've tried it, and it was a little bit of a headache compared to what I just did. Phenomenal stuff. And I should say really quickly as well, that was just a so you got actual characters, body types and stuff, and it's, you know, there's not much there. However, backgrounds, like you can actually import, like look at those, all these chairs and stuff. Like, man, I'm struggling with drawing like a school chair. Okay, well, just gonna put a chair in there. Just move it around. But as you can see, you can like actually start getting it towards the actual perspective and stuff that you need it to, and move it around, whatever you like. And bang, you got your chair. You can draw over it. You know, stuff like that helps speed your process along, so that you're able to tell that story that you got in your mind and stuff. Okay, so anyway, I'll let you guys get back to making comics, because I know you guys probably listen to me in the background. But anyway, I appreciate your time. Appreciate your comments and your support. Thank you guys so much. Keep reading comics. Keep making comics. We'll talk to you in the next video. Take care, and we'll see you soon.